Welcome back, everyone, to a special episode of Against the Call. Today, we have our special guest, Christo Lamprecht, with us. And before we get to him, a little bit that you got to know about him. He plays for Georgia Tech men's golf team, and he's currently the number 9 men's amateur golfer in the nation. He's Golf Week's All-American third team in 2022, All-Atlantic Coast Conference 2022, GCAA All East Region 2021 and 2022. He was a member at the international team at Arnold Palmer Cup in 2022. He's a member of the South African team at the World Amateur Team Championship in 2022. And he's also a GCAA All American Scholar in 2022. He has a lot of accolades, probably one of our most successful guests yet. And Christo, we are so happy to have us with you. How's your day going so far?
No, it's been good. I mean, we just got back yesterday from the ACCs, and we got the rings. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
Oh yeah, big win. Little flex there. He just won ACCs, everything like that. How does that make you feel right off the bat?
No, it's really good. I mean, last year we got edged out by Wake Forest in a playoff, so it sucked. Last year was a hard one to swallow. And then this year to beat them again in the final was pretty nice. It was cool.
After last year, was there a little chip on your shoulder for a little revenge there?
Oh yeah, no, big time. We wanted to rewrite the script this year, and yeah, we did so. So it was pretty cool. Nice.
So how shiny is that ring? We got to ask.
Well, we haven't got it yet. It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming. It's in the post. But yeah, it's gonna be sick to put it on. I've been wanting one for a while now. That's been kind of a as something that I've been that's been to my mind. So yeah, it's sick. Can't wait for it.
Now, when you do get it, you gonna wear it out anywhere by chance?
I think it'll be a special occasion. I'll treasure it a little more than just today.
All right, perfect, perfect. Now, one of our first questions for you would be, was Georgia Tech your first choice of going to for a college?
So yeah, I mean, I guess my recruitment scenario is a little different than most American kids. Obviously, being from South Africa, I didn't play a lot in America. I played a couple of rounds, a couple tournaments and stuff, and I got certain coaches to see me a little bit. I had like kind of the five to six schools that I was actually talking to that I wanted to go. So I went on a visit all over the country, five different schools, and by the end of that, I kind of my mind was pretty much made up that I was coming to Tech.
Okay, so what were some of the other schools that you kind of had in line?
Yeah, so I visited Oklahoma State, Florida State, NC State, obviously Tech, and then a small school called Augusta, where the head coach, and so he just wanted me. And I obviously visited there too. But yeah, Tech was definitely a standout amongst those.
Okay, Michael.
So my first question I had for you was, when did you start playing golf?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I picked up a club probably the day I started walking. I think my dad bought me some plastic clubs when I was like three or something, and played my first 18 holes when I was five, and played the first competitive round when I was 18. When I was six. So yeah, it was out of the gates. I mean, I loved any sport. I played almost everything except most American sports, but I pretty much played everything. So loved sport, everything about it, and so yeah, just fell in love with golf instantly.
Right out the womb, you got a club in your hand, man. I love to hear that. Now, with Tech, it's sold you and everything like that. You gotta love it. It's in the Atlanta area. We know a few people from Atlanta. Atlanta's a great place, for sure. But what I gotta ask is, what are you majoring in at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, so I'm majoring in business administration with a concentration in finance. So I'm not quite the engineer everyone thinks all tech students are. But yeah, no, it's a really good education and something to fall back on, definitely.
Michael?
Yeah, so when you started playing, what's like the coolest story you have?
Wow, coolest story I have. I probably, man, I guess I grew up. Obviously, there's a lot of good South African golfers. And I was fortunate enough to be in the Citizens Golf Academy. So I'm obviously know him personally. So I got invited to his house a couple of times. Like he's got a whole range out of his farm on his ranch. And so like yeah, just like spending afternoons with him, hitting golf balls with him, just like chilling and talking about all his majors and he's British Open win in 2010, like stuff like that. That's what I treasure. It's kind of really sick.
Oh, wow, man, great mentors there, I must say.
Yeah.
And for you, you're doing in business administration, which is tremendous. But despite having that degree, do you plan on playing in the PGA Tour?
Yeah, that's been the goal since I picked up the clubs when I was 3. I haven't left that goal yet. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Definitely gonna give pro golf a go. I think I'll give myself this credit for sure.
Okay, and since you do plan on playing in the PGA Tour, if you could win any of the 4 majors, which one would it be?
We actually had this conversation in our team, and I had the unpopular opinion of saying the Open above the Masters. Obviously, I got to play the Masters as a freshman here at Tech because that's kind of one of the things we do every year, which is really cool. And I fell in love with the place, fell in love with the history of the Masters. But I'd say the Masters over every single one of them except the Open at St. Andrews. That's a major that I'll rank above anything else. At St. Andrews is pretty amazing.
Now, what puts the US Open over the Masters for you?
Um, British Open, I think that puts it above the Masters at St. Andrews is probably the fact that it's the home of golf. Like there's so much history behind it. It's literally where golf started. I've had some good memories there in the past. Yeah, and I just love the place, the whole town. It's pretty incredible.
Now, you are aware that if you were to win the Masters, you would be the tallest Masters winner by 4 inches, which is
I
insane.
think I think I've broken pretty much any record with the tallest in everything, so that won't be another surprise. No, that would be pretty cool
Dustin Johnson, he's coming for you, man. What I will say is you are from Western Cape, South Africa, correct? So, what's the biggest difference between South Africa and America?
I mean, just the culture, I guess. I grew up, obviously, where I'm from. It's a kind of very laid back, kind of Hawaiian feeling. Very chilled. Time ticks a little slower down there. Next to the beach every single day. So very chilled and laid back. And Atlanta is a big and busy city, as you guys know. So I
Oh,
guess that and a bit of a culture difference has been kind of an adjustment to make. But I've been loving every second of it.
and that just leads me into my next question. Do you enjoy the Atlanta traffic?
The thing is, right, I feel like people complain about it, but you just gotta know when to drive and where to drive. I think that's the smart play of doing it. Like driving out at 4:30 is not the smartest thing to do. And some guys still do that every single day, and I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, I mean it's not that bad. I People over exaggerate, I think, but it's pretty good. I don't mind it. I love Atlanta.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So one of my next question for you, you are a tall guy. Did you ever think about playing basketball?
So, you guys, I get this question asked. I think I got this question asked 4 times today. Really funny story. But no, the thing is, South Africa barely has basketball. Like it's not in any high schools or anything. There's a couple of clubs in the big cities that play it, basketball. But obviously, I grew up in a small town, so never really got exposed to it until I got to America, and I've shortly found out that I kind of suck at it. So it's probably not my best suit sport for sure.
Yeah, I did have that question on my list. I was gonna say you must get asked it a lot, but we had to ask it here. And
Yeah,
you are
no
in
problem.
Atlanta and you have discovered basketball. Are you rooting for the Hawks at all this season?
Yeah, I'm obviously rooting for the Hawks. Rooting for any Atlanta sports team, to be honest with you. But I have to say, my all-time favorite team. It's kind of how I got the first time I watched basketball. I watched Katie and Steph on the at the Golden State. So I've been a Golden State fan since then. So it's they're
How are you feeling about that championship last year?
oh yeah, it was good. It was cool. But yeah, not much to add to that.
He's a Celtics fan, so I had to bring it
Yeah.
up. But what are some hobbies that you enjoy outside of golf?
I mean, like I said, I grew up kind of on the beach, so I love the ocean. Love pretty much anything in nature, to be honest. Hunting, fishing, I do that a lot when I go back home. That's really fun to me. But yeah, anything outdoorsy,
Mm, all right, Michael.
So I'm sure you've been to a lot of courses in your career. What out of all of them, what is your favorite one?
it's the Masters, hand down. It's hands down the sickest place I've been. I mean, the amount of money they pour into that golf course and keep it pristine 24/7. It's unreal. There's nothing like it. It's really, really special. And if you guys ever, I don't know if you've been to the Masters, watched it or anything, it's sick. It's sick to be out there walking on the fairways and stuff. It's insane. I can't even actually describe it. It's cool.
So you got to go to the Masters as a freshman. Can you share with us how that experience was and maybe some cool stories that happened while you were there?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't at the Masters. We play at Augusta every year. So just like members kind of invite us out, we play. So I mean, hitting some shots that you've seen all the people play and go play aim in corner and see how hard it is. Um, it's really special. It's pretty cool. I mean, we got this. I got to go this. My teammates got to go this year. I couldn't go, but it's incredible. I mean, it's the only golf tournament I actually watch on TV religiously. Some might say it's kind of weird, but that's probably the only I enjoy watching. Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I love the Masters. We love it here. Love the coverage of it. And one day we'll see you have a green jacket, even though, you know,
Hopefully.
that's not your top major. You'll get there for sure. What are who are some? I mean, you talked about how you've picked up the club since you were little. Who have been some of the top golfers that you've looked up to while growing up, learning golf and the game and getting into it?
I mean, obviously, I said Louis before, kind of knowing him personally and kind of having the behind the scenes of what it takes to be a world class pro. That was pretty awesome. And then Ernie Els, like all the South Africans, to be honest, they've been role models to me. I mean, I'll I'll be mean not to say Tiger. I mean, the guy was so dominant for so many years, and like everything he did on the golf course was absolutely phenomenal and kind of just insane. So, his mentality is something I've always looked up to.
And you're talking about being, one of the top, learning from the top South African golfers. And you were actually the number 2 ranked junior player in South Africa. And I've got to ask you, did you enjoy the media coverage over you in South Africa during that time?
That's the thing. I mean, I guess sports and junior sports and college sports isn't that big of a thing, and as it is in America. I mean, obviously there was some attention growing up as a junior. It was, I mean, yeah, we were fighting for championships every single week, and it was fun. But I guess there just wasn't as much hype as there is with sport in America, and that's kind of why I came over here for college. It's just such a bigger deal here, and it's cool. It's really cool. It's one of the nicest things I like about college in America.
Very nice, Michael.
Yeah, so you were the number 2 ranked in South Africa. You're the number 9 ranked golfer in the country right now. In your opinion, what makes a good golfer?
Wow. I think to sum it up in one word is consistency. Like that's the main thing we're always trying to like achieve as a golfer. You're trying to be as most consistent as possible. And as you guys know, it's probably the most unpredictable sport. Well, you could hit perfect golf and just OB it straight left in the bush. So consistency is something that you look for in a good golfer. It's pretty easy to see sometimes too in results and just how just controlling the game. That's kind of when you see the really good players. That's exactly what they do every single time. They just control and minimize damages and minimize mistakes. So yeah.
You're talking about, the unpredictability of playing golf. What has been one of the worst conditions you've ever played in?
Wow. This year Hawaii uh, was probably one of the worst conditions tournaments we played. And I think the tournament was canceled. So we played a total of 11 holes and it all got canceled the whole tournament. Um, 3 days of competitions. But yeah, the winds got up to like 85 miles an hour. Golf balls could not stay still on the fairways. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, it was. bearable. So yeah, that was a interesting event.
I bet, man. That's got to be a little frustrating. So you earned your first collegiate victory at the Inverness Intercollegiate, shooting 7 under. And how did this win make you feel?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I got one under the belt. It's been a while individually, obviously. It's been a while. I've had a lot of runner-ups, a lot of top finishes, a lot of chances. But yeah, getting the job done in Inverness was really nice. I feel like my game was trending and still kind of in a good position right now. I'm playing some good golf. But yeah, it was nice just to get that feeling of, hey, I beat it everyone out here today, and this week. So yeah, I played some really solid golf. Golf course suited me, and yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed it.
What put you over the edge in that match?
I would say the fact that the golf course suited me a lot. It was a very long golf course, and I'm kind of obviously one of the benefits of being 6'8", you can hit it a little further than most guys. So that benefited helped, like just hitting driver everywhere and having short wedges in helped a lot. So
Big guy, low scores, man. You gotta love it, Michael.
So this was one of your great games of golf. Tell us about your worst game you've ever played.
man, it feels like it's every day. No, worst days, man. I'm trying to think. We played, I think it was junior nationals in South Africa. I was one ranked at the time, and everyone was kind of hyped up that I'm supposed to win this golf tournament. And I was, what if not? And I started off, I was 11 over through my first 10 holes. And funny enough, from then on, I ended up shooting 14 under for the remainder of the tournament and finished like seventh or eighth somehow still. But I was 11 over 10 holes, and I was like, wow, number one ranked in the country, you're doing this. So yeah, it was felt pretty normal. Felt like a normal guy just about to shoot 85 on a golf course and about to walk off the golf course.
Well, your worst
So it
game.
happens. It happens to everyone.
Oh, say what?
No, I said it happens to everyone. So
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah. I was about to say your worst game is our best. So obviously, you're doing something right here, man. You were one of the nation's best at scoring on par four holes. You kind of talked about it a little bit. Is this a part of your game that you practice the most?
I guess you don't necessarily practice what par fours and par fives. I guess you kind of practice segments of your game like driving or wedges or putting. I would say obviously hitting it further than most guys helps a lot. Kind of getting closer to the hole earlier. And then I would say my short game's pretty good. Putting and chipping is kind of my strength. But I mean, yeah, you just kind of work on every bit of your game every day. Kind of keep your strengths at where they're supposed to be and kind of improve weaknesses. So
You're working on different parts of your game every day. What's a practice drill that Coach Bruce Hepler makes you fellas do that you just hate?
that we just hate. I think the biggest thing that he makes us do that we hate is go to every single class. It's nothing to do with practice. He's kind of very much he teaches very much. It's different to most college coaches. He doesn't actually hands-on teach us. I mean, I guess at a level of point where we are now, we kind of it's you can only teach so much. I think more mentally and course management, he kind of helps out on. But no, in terms of that, he kind of keeps us to ourselves and keeps us accountable for what we do for practice.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So he helps you mentally. How big of a factor is the mental game when you're playing?
It's about, I would say, if you're talking about a tournament and everyone that's competitive, like for instance, a college event or a pro event or anything, I think it's 95% mentality. It's crazy how mentally straining golf is. I think it's probably the hardest sport in the world. Personally, I think it's grueling. And you got to compete against 140 guys. You're playing against the golf course and nature. I think it's so mentally grueling for so many reasons. So I think, I mean, once you get better and you start becoming a pro or whatever, no, I think there's so many things mentally that has an effect on how you play.
Mhm.
So I think it's huge. It's enormous.
And the mental game also comes in with you you guys at the collegiate level, you got to walk your own stuff, no caddies. How excited are you to finally have a caddy whenever you get up to the PGAs?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice just having someone to tell them what to do, whatever you want to, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to have a caddy that's like kind of my best friend, and just one I can talk trash to in the golf course. We can talk about girls or anything, whatever. Not anything about golf and walking on the course. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. My back's getting tired of carrying my own golf bag, that's for sure.
Do you have a caddy already lined up? You're talking about having a best friend out there. Do you got a guy?
There's probably a couple, yeah, a couple of high school friends that I've been long time friends with that have begged me to get on the bag whenever. So we'll see how that goes.
Perfect. Michael?
Well, since you've been playing for so long, in your opinion, what is the most difficult part about golf?
Um, I would just probably say that it's like endlessly complex, but yet so simple. It's like some days you might be out there in the range and you can not hit a golf ball straight to save your life. And then you're just like something just clicks the next day and it's like, well, I felt this yesterday. Why didn't it go straight? And now it's like perfect every single ball shot. So I just think it's like endlessly complex and like such a small thing can change so much in your golf swing. It can like, yeah, there's like such a small difference between perfect and horrendous in golf. So that's just like endless search for perfection. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah. I golf is just, it's not everybody's thing for sure. It can come in between you, make you a little frustrated and stuff like that. But a thing you got to know about the Georgia Tech men's golf team, I was kind of looking into it. The average height on this team has to be like 6'5". Like, I swear, you guys are some absolute beast out there. You got some studs out there for sure. So I got to ask you, has your height, have you ever seen it noticeably like intimidate your opponents when you guys are all walking up?
I mean, we get this so much. Like it's like we were at ACCs and the broadcaster just said like, "Oh, here's a Tech basketball team lining up today," and we're just like, "Okay, we get this one. Thank you, appreciate it." But I guess I mean, yeah, so many teams that come up to us and like you guys like, "Wow, you guys are big." Like, wow, fair enough. But I guess intimidating part, I don't know, but that's you to ask them, not me, probably. But yeah, no, it's we're definitely taller than any other college team in the nation for sure. Average height for sure.
No, I wasn't keeping up with the ACC championship. I apologize for that. Who did you guys beat? Like, who came in runner up?
Okay, so yeah, we played 3 rounds of stroke play, obviously how it normally works, and then the top 4 teams go to match play, and then you just play semis and finals.
Mhm.
So this year it was we finished first after stroke play, and then Wake Forest was right behind us. They were second seed in the tournament, and then it was Virginia and Duke. So we played Duke, won, and then uh, Wake Forest beat Virginia, and then we played Wake yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I'm really lost track of time. I don't even know where I am, but it's been a crazy week and a half. So yeah.
Most definitely, man. Okay, so we got to hit up some Wake Forest players to ask them that question, right? That down. But yeah, in 2022, you earned a spot in the U.S. Amateur, based on your World Amateur Golf ranking. Take us through your emotions of receiving the news that you've been chosen for this.
Yeah, I mean, USM is probably the best. It's the most elite amateur tournament in the world. So getting to play, getting the invite was sick. I got the invite 2 years ago too, but I couldn't because of the COVID. I couldn't fly over from South Africa, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, it was fun to play. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Would have loved to get a little further into the tournament. I think I lost in the round of 32. But yeah, it was a really sick experience, and there's a lot of hype around it, and it really is pretty cool, special.
This question has kind of popped up in my head. We talked a little bit about media coverage and stuff like that. You've been approached by many people, by, random podcast guys to probably like hit you up and see what questions they got to ask and everything like that. What's been one of the worst questions that you've ever heard from media coverage?
The worst question? Um, I guess the worst question I've been asked, really, really funny. The guy was like interviewing me for a newspaper article in Atlanta, and he was like, "So when did you stop playing golf?" And I was like, "What do you mean stop playing golf?" He's like, "No, you're retired, right?" I'm like, "No, I'm in college playing golf." And I was like, "This guy, who are you writing for?" I mean, yeah, there's no ways this is actually credible. But yeah, I was like, I had to like explain to him the fact that I'm still a golfer at 10, still playing, and probably not ending up like planning on stopping playing golf anytime soon. So that was horrendous.
Definitely not from Golf Digest at all.
Well,
So
speaking of
hopefully,
media, do you ever just look yourself up?
I mean, to be honest, I really don't care. I'm one of the most chill guys. Like nothing bothers me. I'm really chilled. So no, I don't really care. Sometimes I just kind of take care of what I can control and go out around and just play the best I can.
That's perfect, man. You went 3 for 1 in your matches to help the international team defeat USA. That's noted, by the way. But in the Arnold Palmer Cup, in Switzerland, you also tied for ninth place at the European Amateur Championship in Valencia, Spain. Lovely place. I haven't been, but I'm sure that you loved it. So what has been your favorite place to visit around the world? I mean, I looked up some of your stuff. You've been to quite a few places, and it's just wonderful to hear what's been like the most beautiful or best place that you've been to.
Yeah, I've kind of been fortunate enough to travel the world quite a bit. It's been really, really cool. Seen a lot of places, so it's been pretty sick. I would say in terms of people, I would say it caught me by surprise, but Japan. It's probably one of the most well-run countries. I was in Tokyo, and it was pretty insane. I was very, very surprised, and I loved every bit of it. I think it's one of the most well-run countries and cities in the world. People are so friendly. And then in terms of coolest and like funnest was Dublin, Ireland. Me and my buddies, we had like a week off between two tournaments, and we went pub crawling every night. It was really it's one of you guys trust me, any college athlete or anyone that actually enjoys having some fun. It's really a cool city. No jokes. I loved every bit of it.
Dublin on the vacation list for sure, man. That sounds awesome. You got a pub hop and everything like that. That's awesome. Do you have like a specific exotic food that you've tried on your travels that you fell in love with?
Fell in love with. I've got a couple that I'm absolutely terrified of after trying them for the first time. But fell in love with. I mean, I love sushi, but that's just kind of like very modestly um exotic. But no, nothing too out of the ordinary. But there's some food. I was in China and a couple Asian countries that scared me what they ate, and I was like, I'm not. I tried it, and I was like, I'm never trying this ever again. So kind of crazy.
Can you share with us one of what they may have been?
I was eating a dish in China, and I was like, I thought it was chicken, and it was fried dog. Like everyone has the memes of like they're not. No, they really do. Like I was eating, had that, that fried scorpions.
Wow.
Um, some of the weirdest stuff. No, it's some of the weirdest stuff. They have like a snake blood cocktail. You know,
Snake blood?
it's some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. It was like, yeah, and like my friends were egging me on to try it, and I did, but it was so bad. I mean, it's the most disgusting thing in the world. Yeah, so it's just surprising how they were called. I mean, it's interesting to like kind of that's their culture, and it's been like that for so long, and it's just interesting. You learn a lot about cultures traveling all over the world, so that's been the coolest thing.
So I'm guessing you'd say that the boys are a pretty big influence in your life for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of. I love the guys on the tech team, and I've got a couple of high school friends that we've been friends forever. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have a ginormous friend group, right? And I always like that. I'd rather have five guys I go to like. So yeah, no, it's the people in my life are important.
Very true. I love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. Michael?
Yeah, so moving away from this subject, what are your thoughts on live golf?
I mean, for the position I am in, it's been the best thing possible because we're getting paid more.
Mhm.
We're golfers. I mean, young golfers are getting more opportunities. So I'm not even. I think from a golf perspective, I think it's growing the game. I think it's growing the game to a different, what I get viewer base, I guess. It's making golf more fun. I think from a PGA Tourist perspective and the tradition, I think there's a little controversy to that. Um, but I have nothing against it. Nothing against I mean. Yeah, I don't want to put a foot wrong here, but I think there's a lot that they can improve on. But I think it's just good for overall golf. I think there's no real problem to it. I mean, the PGA Tour is just I guess just didn't like the competition at the time, and they've been in control of golf for so long. Not saying they had lost their control. They just I guess that was the whole thing is who's this and what are they doing with golf? But I think I think it's good for golf in general.
Yeah, it's always good to get, collegiate or former players' opinions on live golf. I love it. And with NIL coming around, I'm sure that's been a little bit more of a help for you. At the team shop at the college, would you love to see your face on a t-shirt?
No, no, I don't want to see that. No. Um, No, it's it's been interesting. It kind of obviously started more from football and basketball, your bigger sports, team sports, but and it obviously started slow for international players, international athletes. Like at first, we weren't allowed to get any money, and now it's kind of like there Pandora's box has been opened with internationals and etc. Visa rules. So it's been kind of a slow process, but yeah, no, it's been really nice. It's nice to get that exposure, and yeah, I'm not complaining. Free money, so sure.
Yeah, man. Big steps for the collegiate world. And you've taken some big steps in your life as well. You were the team captain of South Africa in 2021. Take us through your feelings whenever you were selected to that position.
Yeah, I mean, representing your country every year, representing a country every time, whenever it is a big thing. I think I take pride in being a South African, and it was special. It was really cool, memorable moment, and yeah, I loved every bit of it. France was really cool. Didn't quite play the golf we wanted to in France, but I mean, yeah, it was a sick event, it's world champs. So yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
That's love for South Africa. And in South Africa, you played tennis for 4 years under coach Albert Warren. And your tennis team won the SWP district championship every year from 2015 to 2019. Insane. Would you say your love for tennis is equal to your love for golf?
Um, no, I think it was always a little bit behind. The funny thing is, I was obviously growing up, kind of playing everything, and then high school came around, and I was like just competitively doing tennis and golf. Came over for the States to play a couple tennis tournaments, so kind of got recruited for both. Funny enough, to play college sports, and then kind of my was it junior year of high school, I started realizing that like I just didn't enjoy kind of the culture amongst guys playing tennis anymore. It just got too competitive. Like everyone hated everyone.
Mhm.
It was just wasn't fun anymore. And I just thought, and the thing is, it was just like it was so hard to compete nationally and internationally with both sports and keep that up. It was so hard. So, I kind of golf's been always the forefront of mind for sure.
Now, whenever you did play tennis, did you enjoy playing more individually or the doubles?
I always like doubles. I mean, I love team sports. I love playing teams. I mean, playing an individual sport, but no, I love doubles. It's so fun playing with a guy and just having a laugh out there and having some fun. So it's pretty cool.
Do you ever like casually play tennis?
Yeah, I do a bunch. I mean, everyone in America is starting to love pickleball,
Yep.
and so have I. So we're actually gonna go play right after this right now. So um, Yeah, I love pickleball. But yeah, I play tennis on the odd occasion for sure.
Pickleball, man. I got around to it with Mike. I actually love
It's
pickleball.
a lot of fun.
It's a great sport. You were the youngest player ever to win the South African Amateur in 2017. Are you aware that you're not only Georgia Tech royalty, but you're also South African royalty?
I wouldn't call it royalty now, but no, it was a really special record to beat. I think I beat Ernie Els by like a month or two. I was 16 years at the time, and he was like 16 and probably.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it was a really cool event. I mean, the stars just aligned for me that whole week. Um, it was a round of 64, similar to the U.S. Amateur, and I lost 4 holes in total the whole tournament against all my competitors. Never down in any match. So yeah, it was a week where everything went right, and it was really special. I mean, I loved every second of that week, and a lot of fun.
A lot of great memories made for sure. And we've talked about difficult conditions that you've played in. What's been the most difficult course that you've ever played on?
Most difficult course is in America, I would say, is Greyhawk. We play the national championships every year. I mean, that golf course is grueling. I mean, the greens are about as firm as a concrete. It's crazy. And so, yeah, that golf course. I mean, last year, Gordon Sargent, going one in the country. Oh, yeah, he's number one right now. He won last year, shooting little par in 4 rounds of golf. And you don't see very much. I mean, a guy not winning at or like 12, 13 under. You don't see a guy winning at level par.
Yeah.
That's so that golf course was insane. I mean, I think one of my teammates finished off his collegiate career shooting 89 there, and he was like, well, that's probably one way to go, I guess. But no, that golf course was so hard. So that's probably hardest, and then Royal County down in Ireland, Dublin. But the week following our fun trip, played the hardest golf course ever and got my ass handed to me. So yeah.
Dublin, it's for fun times and some hard times, man. That's cool.
Mhm.
When you're out practicing before matches, during practice, whatever, do you ever listen to music?
Yeah, I'm a big music guy. I love it. So I fell in love with country as soon as I got to America. So I'm a big country guy. I love country music. Never actually listened to it before I got to the States, which is interesting because I guess we just have country music outside of America is not that big. Um, so fell in love with country music here, so I listened to that a lot. Yeah, just a little bit of everything. I love music, so AirPods are always with me, and I'm always listening to something. So
Now, do you have a specific hype song that gets you ready for a match?
I wouldn't say specific, no. I mean any NF or Eminem rap leading up to a match is some fun stuff. So listen to that a little bit, get me hyped. But otherwise, no. Actually, I can listen to Zach Bryan all day long before any match. So that gets me enough hype.
That's
So
perfect. Eh,
yeah.
have you gotten around to Morgan Wallen?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Listen to a lot of these songs, love every bit of it. But Zach Bryan, I would say, is my top guy for sure.
Zach.
But yeah, Morgan's pretty solid too. A lot of hits.
Yep.
I love that music taste. Great guy, great music taste. Now, who would be the biggest rival team wise, in your opinion, for Georgia Tech men's golf?
I think because our coach has obviously emphasized that for so many years, I would without a doubt say UGA.
Yeah.
Uh, they're in Georgia. Uh, yeah, just for so many reasons. I think our coach and their coach has been head coach for a similar amount of years, like both for extremely long years. I think our coach has been this is his 27th year, and I know Coach Hack at UGA has been probably 16, 17 years. So they've battled against each other for a long time now. So a lot of scar tissue there, I guess. But no, they yeah, I actually my best friend from South Africa is on the UGA team. So I have no hard hard feelings towards them, but yeah, they whenever we play against them, our coach wants to beat them.
So UGA and GT are still rivals even on the golf course. I love that, man. And this is the first time I'm ever going to ask one of our athletes this. Can you say something nice about your rival?
They know how to play football. They play football a lot better than us recently. Um, so yeah, no, they know how to play football, and Athens is a pretty cool place. So yeah, I'll give them that.
I love that. And we're coming down to the final two questions here. This question, when looking up your name on YouTube, we were able to find an ENC 1102 assignment you had to film. And we got asked, did you get a good grade on that?
Is that on YouTube? Oh dear. I probably did get a good grade on that. I don't even remember doing that, but yeah, dude, there's so many assignments here at Tech you have to do in a regular semester. So um, hopefully I got a good grade at it. So right now my GPA is pretty good, so I don't think I did a bad grade in it. But yeah, I'm probably gonna take that off of YouTube somehow. So it shouldn't be there.
Yeah, look into that. It's a great video, I might say. I left a like for sure. Michael, you got anything you want to say?
So one of my next questions I have for you, when you're playing against your family or friends, do you just take it easy on them?
Yeah, when I play with my buddies out, I mean they've all fallen in love with golf because of me, I guess. But no, yeah, I kind of just have some fun with it. And yeah, the thing is we play so many competitive rounds. Whenever I get to play golf with family and friends, I keep it as social as possible and as chill as possible because I mean, I to this point I still love the game and I love playing it. Whether that's competitive, um, going down the stretch fighting against someone for a tournament title or just playing with my buddies, having some fun with it. So yeah, for sure, I'll have some fun with it, screw around a little bit. Yeah, no, it's all about having fun.
Especially when you're playing against the boys and you're number 9 in the nation, so you can't, you got to take it a little easy on them for sure.
Definitely. But do you play mini golf?
I mean, I have occasionally, but I mean, it's always fun. I'll go do it sometime, but with my friends and stuff. I mean, that's the first question I guess asked from like friends who go, "Can we go top golf with you?" Whatever. But yeah, no. I mean, I'm down for anything golf wise. I'm never saying no to that.
This is the first time we've asked a golfer this. This just popped in my mind. Have you been to Top Golf?
Yeah, multiple times, and I've hit it. I've literally gone there every single time for the main goal to hit it over the net. Just like every single time. That's the goal. So it gets a little boring after a time because I can't use my own clubs and clubs are trash there. But yeah, it's fun. I like going out there. It's pretty cool.
Ever turning some heads when you're at Top Golf? You see them hitting bombs over the net.
Funny story actually. The last visit I went to Top Golf, I broke the driver. I cracked the face. Like I literally, the ball went through the face. I apparently hit it too hard. For that Top Golf. So I just like
Insane.
demolished the club during one swing. And the guy was like, "Oh, sorry, sir. You probably shouldn't be hitting these anymore." So I got kind of like kicked out. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well,
insane.
my last question I have for you is for beginner golfers like me, do you have any tips for them?
Keep your head down and just swing it easy. Everyone wants to go out there and hit a driver as hard as they can, which is a fun part. It's pretty fun. But yeah, just keep your head down. Just look at the golf ball. It's standing still. It's not moving. Just look at it, keep your head down, and just swing smooth.
Yeah, we can definitely apply that to our games for sure. And my last question for you, Christo, would be what goals have you set for yourself during the rest of your college career and goals that you're going to set for yourself in the PGA?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like I told you guys, it's keeping track of rankings, etc. is not a big thing for me. I like to take one step at a time, just get better every day, and let the results speak for themselves. So in terms of goals, I think the one that chip that we have on our shoulder here at Tech, we haven't won national championship yet. So I think that's something that we really want to achieve. Especially I want to achieve before we graduate. Team title, that'll be sick. Obviously, we want to win individually too, but no serious specific goals. Kind of just take one step at a time, and then I mean, pro life. I mean, winning the four majors, becoming 101. That's kind of it's gonna be a goal until I reach it. I'm gonna. So yeah, that's probably the only specific goal I have is winning all four and becoming 101. So that's the only specific goals I have.
That's perfect. And you'll be who knows, you might pass Rory McIlroy on becoming the next Grand Slam champ. He's taken a while here, so you got time to catch up for sure. And I believe in you. And me and Mike and everyone here at Against the Call, we wish you the best of luck going into national championships, going to the PGA Tour, winning majors. You got fans here for the rest of your life for sure, Christo. And we just want to thank you again for giving your time and coming on. I know you got to play some pickleball, so we won't keep you that much longer, but we
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate it, you guys. Thanks. It was fun. It was fun talking to you guys, and yeah, doors always open.